Today we're taking the new trailer back to Miami for a staycation of sorts, and in preparation for an upcoming trip to the Florida Keys. We'll also tackle some more upgrades while driveway camping. But the question is, will the trailer fit in my driveway? Well, we'll soon find out. I'm riding in my RV, wherever I want to be, 'cause I'm free in my RV, yeah. See, there's wildlife everywhere. Now it's under the trailer. Anyway, let's get ready for departure. Well, since our freshwater tank is so large, I bought this device. It's like a meter that tells me how many gallons I'm putting in. And I'm gonna put like 25 or 30, just like a third of the tank. I almost never foresee a time when I will need 100 gallons of fresh water unless we're boondocking out west for several days. I'm going to press retract and see what happens. Yes, it's automatic. I love this auto leveling system. Unfortunately, hitching up is still very much a manual process. I know, Starship is sagging a little. A lot, actually. I'm working on it. I'm not gonna visit the dump station because we're going to a full hookup site. We're going to be a little heavy on the way south, but it is flat. I think Starship can handle it. I think, being the key word. Cruising one last time through A1A and Fernandina Beach. Beautiful drive with all these lavish beachfront properties. Well, this certainly was a great couple of days here in Amelia Island, Fernandina Beach. This whole area is now one of my favorites in Florida. Yeah, we'll definitely come back here at some point. Now today we're not going all the way back. We're gonna make a stop about 2.5 hours from Miami at Fort Pierce. So tomorrow, in case, I'm gonna attempt to park this in my driveway. If it doesn't fit, we have time, if we arrive early enough, we have time to book a campsite somewhere nearby. So that's the plan anyway. Today, Fort Pierce, tomorrow, Miami, Florida, the Flagami Studio. Some of these oceanfront properties here on the left are quite splendid. We've been down this road before as we're approaching Jacksonville. Here's that $100 restaurant we visited on the previous video. We definitely ought to spend more time in this area, but right now South Florida is calling. And we're going to do some things close to home, like a staycation kind of thing. We're on I-295 now, crossing the St. Johns River on the iconic Dames Point Bridge. I-95 South, it's not the most scenic drive. Most of it looks like this. This is the tallest trailer camera we've ever had, and I think you can tell the difference. This trailer is like a foot taller than our previous Winnebagos. This is where we're gonna spend the night. For our purposes, the very well located Fort Pierce West KOA holiday, right off I-95. A little overkill for what we need, but sometimes convenience wins. It wins all the time, actually. Oh, well, here we are. I had every intention of grilling some steaks or something else on that fancy new grill I got, but convenience won over. I don't feel like unhitching in order to open the tailgate and get the griddle, so that's that. And there was a Chipotle within like 10 minutes of delivery time, so we're like, yeah, burrito bowls. By the way, this park, we had never been here before. They have one downtown, Fort Pierce, and then they have this one, the Fort Pierce West. This place is huge. This place is huge and it's half empty. more than half empty. It's almost completely empty, but very nice. And these sites here, the backings, reasonably priced. It was like, I don't know, $55 per night, which is fine for a KOA holiday. They have swimming pool, they have amenities, which we're not gonna use, but we don't have an inverter yet. So it is hot in South Florida, so we're gonna stay here tonight. And then tomorrow, very early, we're going back to Miami. And why so early, you might ask? Well, I'm gonna attempt to park this thing in my driveway. I measured it, it's supposed to fit, but just in case we run into any trouble, I wanna be there early enough so that I can get a plan B. And maybe, reserve at Larry and Penny Thompson or Miami Everglades or Southern Comfort. The thing is, reserving for several days or weeks in South Florida is going to become prohibitively expensive very soon. So that's that. If I can keep it in my driveway for about 2 weeks while we sort things out, and then we'll go to the Keys, we'll do something else. Anyway, that's all we're going to do here. And tomorrow, enjoy the ride back to Miami. That's what we're doing. We got here running on fumes yesterday. I mean, we've been doing pretty bad mileage, around 8 miles per gallon. Maybe there was a headwind, but yeah. Well, that was an $87 fill-up.
Exit the parking lot.
Ouch. Now we go back to Miami. There's always someone atravesado. I see the sign on the right, entering Miami-Dade County. So this is our Welcome to Miami traffic jam. Today is actually not that bad. Arriving mid-morning on a weekday is probably the second best choice. The first choice obviously on a Sunday morning, but here we are. If we weren't towing, we could have taken the express lanes, but we don't really need to today. We can already see our massive downtown out there in the distance. We're gonna take 836 West, the Dolphin Expressway. I am surprised how little traffic there is today. Even in the heavy construction area. I mean, this is where they're building that iconic bridge, super delayed and over budget. So they have closed lanes and it's generally a mess, as it has been for several years. And today we're driving into town with the tallest, longest and widest trailer we've ever owned. These are all the hospitals here on the right. Ooh, in the nick of time, I almost had to exit. Now we're about to cross the Miami River. There is some progress on the double-decker, which still kind of makes me nervous driving under it. Well, as you can see, the trailer did fit in my driveway here. Welcome to Flagami. I did install an RV outlet out there, so we are powering the trailer properly. And well, how about we cook some burgers here? As you watch this, Independence Day either just happened or is about to happen. So I don't know exactly when this one is coming out, but yeah. Let's make sure that we have a. Yep, that one is on. And this one is on too. Perfect. I see a little bit of rust here on the grill. Maybe I didn't season it properly, so we're gonna season it one more time, and then we're gonna cook some smash burgers. It looks reasonably seasoned now, so let's some oil.
Let's saute some onions here.
You know, everybody says that the onions help season your griddle, so here we go. I'll keep the onions on this side, and I'm gonna lower the flame a little bit. No, I just turned it off. Hello, let's lower it, put it on low. So they kind of cook and don't burn. And here we have some 3-pounders, you know, and let's see how this works. Maybe I should put some oil on the smasher, as I've heard people say. And we're gonna put the 3 smash burgers on this side.
I should have put some oil on the actual griddle as well, as we'll soon find out.
And smash the heck out of them, yeah. I need to really level this griddle next time. So here we go. Burger number 2. Ooh, can you see that properly over there? Yes. That's gonna come out so good. Oh my God, this thing is amazing. And now we're gonna properly season everything here. I still have that IPA beer rub, so we're gonna do that here. A little bit on the onions too, why not? And I'm gonna do the steak and chop seasoning by Weber, the competition. Whoop, a little too much. I mean, when I flip them, it's gonna burn, so I never have too much of this stuff. And I might save the Freddy's steak burgers for last. I'm gonna remove these onions and put them aside, and then we'll put the buns and flip the burgers.
And while that happens, my burgers are sticking to the griddle. I forgot I had music for this.
Oh no. They stuck a little. They stuck a lot. Oh well, oops.
This is a bit of a disaster. I forgot the cheese too. Okay, let's see if we can salvage this. Actually, not so bad, all things considered. Oh no, the bun stuck too.
It's probably a little bit dry, but I think it's gonna work. I'm gonna put a little mayo on it. And the next time I just have to focus on the order of things, you know, in which order I'm gonna do things. And have everything ready, you know, so I don't waste time and then the burgers, you know, get stuck to the griddle out there. Not bad. A little too well done, but not bad.
I have probably said it many times, but certain aspects of ORVs are kind of antiquated, like the USB ports, for example. Except for the one in the bathroom, they are all Type A, and we are in the Type C era, so I'm going to replace them all. Gotta avoid shorting them out. Yeah, it works. 1 down, 4 to go. Of course, it's me we're talking about, so eventually something shorted out and I had to replace a fuse. Yay, it works! Oh well, the drill ran out of battery.
Good morning. Let's go on a little run.
This is still Flagami, and a lot of the houses in this area have been completely renovated recently, while some conserve their old, original charm from the 1940s, when this neighborhood was built.
Wait. Yeah, this is Miami. And now we're gonna cross into Coral Gables. And that restaurant back there?
I'll tell you all about it later. Here we are, Coral Gables, nicknamed the City Beautiful for a reason, and all the main thoroughfares have entrances like this one.
Yeah, there's that restaurant back there, Star Burger. Has been coming soon for about a year.
This area is much older, master planned and incorporated in 1925, so many of these houses, especially the ones farther south, will date from that era. This is more like 30s, 40s, 50s, still beautiful with all this vegetation. And I like running on this street because while it is a pretty busy thoroughfare, there's not as much cross traffic, except for a few intersections. These banyan trees are pretty wild, huh? This one is a 1924 original. I love it.
Yeah, the farther south we go, the nicer these houses. Boulevard. Yeah, did I say Granada? I meant to say Alhambra. This is Alhambra right here.
These are some of the nicest houses around this area, especially the landscaping. Here's an OG from 1922.
And we've made it to the golf course. That's the country club back there. We continue.
This is where I usually start thinking of turning around, depending on how tired I am.
Look at the size of that royal ponciana tree. It's like twice as big as the one in front of my house. This is where I usually turn around, but today we're going one extra block. I just turned around. There's no sidewalk on this one, but there's no traffic either. All the streets here have like Spanish names. And beautiful houses. This time of the year, I usually get soaking wet. I'm totally soaked by the time I get back home. And we're back at this ornate corner here. Alhambra and Granada. It doesn't get any more Spanish than that. That's the Coral Gables Country Club over there. We used to play there a lot when we were in the band. Now we cross Alhambra. This is that ornate pergola here, fountain this side. Yeah, but don't be fooled by the tranquility. This is a very busy street, Granada Boulevard. It has a nice sidewalk and not too much traffic on the cross streets. That's why I usually take this route. It's hot and humid. I'm about 3 miles in, but I'm gonna walk it out all the way to 8th Street. Yeah, take a break, an interval, as they say. I have less than a mile to go, actually. Although I could take the longer route and make it 4.25 miles. But look at it, I'm already soaked. This is it. This is the boundary between Coral Gables to the south and Miami to the north. Right there, the Granada entrance. And it is not like my side of the city is ugly, but this one is like next level, right? I'm gonna find out how long this has been here. I know this pergola, they really redid it fairly new. And they call it Coral Gables for a reason, right? It's all this coral rock underneath.
I googled it, and the Granada entrance dates back to 1922.
With the green lights, we're gonna have to wait here for a while. Wait. Gonna get some shade from this lamppost. Yeah, let me know if you'd like to see more videos on Coral Gables and, you know, daily life here in the Miami area. And as soon as these people finish making a left here, we can cross the street. is that Star Burger place. It's been coming soon for at least a year, but could be less, you know. I see it every morning, and they keep adding little things and little details. So, and they already have a website, so yeah, it says, you know, grass-fed burgers, fries, beer, and wine. What could possibly be better than that? All right, I don't think I'm gonna film the rest of the way home. And I don't know if I'm gonna finish the video here or show you like my commute to the post office or something like that. Nice. Oh yeah, that's where La Rosa Bakery used to be. Anyway, let me see if I can get a haircut.
Oh no, I don't think they're open yet.
Well, the barber shop was closed. I guess I got there too early, so we're gonna go to the P.O. Box instead.
Well, yeah. Welcome to my world. That Chevy dealer on the left, that's where I bought my Colorado years ago. Haven't been back ever since. We're going down into Coral Gables once again. Downtown Coral Gables this time. That's City Hall on the right. We'll see it better later.
Yeah, got 2 letters. Yeah, they never enforce that. Yeah, this parking lot is unusually quiet today. There's usually a lot of people here parked. It's usually completely full, and half of them are not coming to the post office, believe it or not. Well, anyway, I was gonna go visit Mom, but I changed my mind because I remembered that I wanted to take her some fish soup that she really likes. And she hasn't been eating all that well lately, so well, there we go. So I'm just gonna get a haircut first, and hopefully it is open by now. It is now 9:23 a.m. Yeah, those are the times when I really like having a V8 because I had to make a left here, and yeah.
This is, by the way, Miracle Mile, and straight ahead, the Coral Gables City Hall.
All right, take 2. Let's do this again.
Yep, they're open now. Of course, you gotta have a cafecito.
Gracias, Mel. Ahí. Cheers. Salud. Agua raro. Now, what do you guys think?
Compa, nos vemos. Gracias por la visita.
Oh yeah? Now ready for the next adventure in the Florida Keys. Actually, that's gonna be the next one. Well, next I'm gonna go visit mom, and what I'm gonna do first, I'm gonna go get her her favorite fish soup, because she hasn't been eating all that well, so maybe if I take something she likes, she'll eat it. Which, by the way, it feels so hot and humid out there that the AC can barely keep up. It's not pleasant being outside in Miami.
Oh well, all the delivery trucks decided to show up at the same time. I think we're gonna take the scenic route through Flagami.
Now tell me, does that look familiar to you? By the way, another one of those fancy Coral Gables entrances, you know, with the rocks and all that. Yeah. And all this is Flagami, by the way.
This stretch of Calle Ocho holds so many memories. Nightclubs where I used to sing, late night dining spots, good times. Maybe I'll tell you all about it one of these days, but not today.
So actually, yeah, this is probably technically Miami, or Flagami on the right, and West Miami on the left, is it? Anyway, this is Flagami in a nutshell, not the Miami of the brochure, huh? So yeah, this is it. I think this is the end of this video. I'm gonna stop by, see mom. Of course, I'm not gonna show you that. And then, yeah, we're gonna prepare for a weekend in the Florida Keys. As always, thank you so much for watching, and see you on the road.